on, guys? It's your boy Rasa coming back with another gameplay commentary, and today is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be about the first time I smoked that devil's lettuce, that kush, the weed, for lack of a better term. But in the back, you guys are seeing some Rainbow Six gameplay. I love this game. Would recommend it to anybody, whether you want to play casual, play with your friends, anything. Recommend this game 100%. It's a great game. But anyway, let's get into it. So this took place in my sophomore year of high school. I was at lunch with a friend. I'm gonna call him Bob to protect identities. I'm gonna call him Bob. So me and Bob, we were talking about, smoking and all that. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was out here lying my ass off. I was like, yeah, bro, I smoke weed every day, bro. I hit that shit on the daily. I'll be on that dang shit. But never have in my life. So Bob was like, you know what, let's ditch. I was planning to go smoke with Sally. I'm gonna call her Sally. He said, I was planning to go smoke with Sally. Come with us. And this is where my little dumb ass decided to actually go. I don't know what the f I was thinking, but my dumb ass was like, yeah, bro, let's fucking go. Let's go smoke. So anyway, lunchtime comes. We planned on skipping the period after lunch. So we went to 7-Eleven to go grab a pizza box because they were like, oh, when you smoke, you get hungry, so let's go buy a pizza. So yeah, we went to 7-Eleven to go buy a pizza box, and we walked back. Now, behind the school, there was this abandoned house about a block down, and they were like, oh, this is my daily spot. I go here all the time. Somebody was lying, you'll know what I mean. But they were like, this is my daily spot. I go there all the time, this, that, and the third. So I was like, okay, let's go chill. Sounds dope. Sounds like I'm not gonna get caught. So we decided to walk there. On the way there, we saw about 2 to 3 people sitting on the porch across the street, but we didn't care. They were minding our business. We were minding ours. So we walk around back, and at this point, it's 4 of us. It's me, Bob, Sally, and let's call the other guy Jeff. Now, Jeff is the heavy smoker. I'm talking about comes to class high, always high, 24/7. Bob and Sally, I know they smoke, but not all the time. So anyway, we get behind the house, and Bob pulls out a hammer. Now in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why does he have a hammer? I think this is a daily spot. And he proceeds to rip down barricades that were on the back door to this house. And I was like, oh, maybe he just puts them up every time, that way nobody goes in. Maybe this is the spot. Maybe he keeps shit back there. Me not knowing, being a dumbass, I just went along with it, didn't even say shit. So he rips down the barricades, and he kicks the door in. And as soon as he kicks the door in, you just hear this hiss. It sounded like a cricket or like a dung beetle, but you hear this. At the time, I thought it was a hiss. And Bob just turned around and looked at me, and he said, "Run." And we took off so fast. We ran down the street. Me and Bob ended up getting split away from Sally and Jeff. So Sally and Jeff were together, and me and Bob were together. So it ended up being an alarm. And me and Bob were like, yo, we need to go somewhere, we need to get out of here, we need to get off these streets because the cops are gonna come. So I guess it was an old trap house, and the cops put an alarm on there to see if like people went back for drugs or guns or whatever it was. So me and Bob went to our friend Ernest. I'll call him Ernest. So me and Bob went to Ernest's house, and luckily I had gym that day, so I had brought clothes in my bag. So I switched out my clothes, I got changed and everything. We called up Sally and Jeff, and Sally and Jeff ended up saying they just went to an alley and they smoked everything that we had. So I wasn't even butthurt. I didn't care at that point. So me, Bob, and Ernest, we ended up switching clothes and everything. We ditched the stuff at Ernest's house, so we left it at Ernest's house. The little that we had on us, we left it at Ernest's house. That way, if we got stopped by any cops or whatever, we had nothing on us. So we walked back to the school. We took the long way around, and walking back to the school was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done. Like, I did not realize it was this serious of a thing, because walking back to the school, they had fire trucks, they had ambulances, they had a shit ton of police cars, they even had a helicopter. Like, I'm not exaggerating at all, and I'm not shitting you guys at all. They had a fucking helicopter, like, going around. And I was like, yo, bro, we gotta get back to class. We cannot skip that period after lunch, because what if they check the attendance sheet? My dumb ass. I'm like, what if they check the attendance sheet and they see that we're not in class? I'm like, we're f***ed. So we just dipped as fast as we could. We got back to class. and I was scared shitless for the rest of the day. I was expecting to get like a call on the intercom, like they saw me on cameras or whatever, and they were gonna call me down. That's what I was expecting for the entire day. So school ends. It's me, Bob, and Ernest. We're walking to Ernest's house to like pick up the shit that we ditched and whatever. I didn't even plan on smoking. I just wanted to get the shit and go home. But Bob was like, "Do you want to hit it?" And my dumb ass was like, "Alright, why fucking not?" So we just went down the alley not too far from Ernest's house. He rolled it up and everything, and we smoked it, and it was actually a backwood with purple kush. So I mean, it was some good shit for my first time. But yeah, that's the story of the first time I ever smoked weed. I'm not telling you guys to smoke weed. I'm not telling you not to smoke weed. Like, it's your decision at the end of the day. This was just a funny story that happened to me, like a funny first time, I guess. And, you know, I don't smoke anymore. It was just more or less a thing I did when I was younger and stupid. I've more or less moved on with that stage in my life. I just thought this was a funny story to share with you guys, so I hope you enjoyed. It's been your boy Rasta. Thanks for chilling with me, and I'm out, y'all. Peace.